No.
I'm not sure that it
Oh,
happens
I was
at the moment.
wondering. Okay, I can't shut it down then yet.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Word and go.
Okay, so now
I think Jerry.
And
we
Very
are
green light.
Now we are.
live.
Yeah. Oh, watch live now. Oh god.
All right.
Okay. Hi everybody, we're your Word and Go cast for tonight. I think we have to start from the top.
Hi.
I'm going to tell you something, everybody. I invented the Zoom to YouTube connection, and when I invented it, I made it the hardest thing to navigate ever. Why is it like this? In this day and age, everything should be intuitive. Everything should just be, I should just know it in my heart how to use it just by looking at it.
You should
And
be able to
everything's not
think
like-
it.
I should think it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
It'll
make
happen, yeah.
sense. Okay. So, hey, audience, thanks for joining us tonight. I've thanked you at least 6 times now if you're paying attention to the full stream.
We are
Depending-
grateful.
You know what's going to be great? Because after the show, we're going to watch the stream, and then I'm going to be like, oh, we started actually 14 minutes deep, and they heard all those like backstage stories, and that's just going to find out, but it's great. I'm so glad to be here. Okay, audience, we need a word to get started. So give us your word in the comments, and then we're going to tell some stories based off that word, and then we're going to make some improv based off that word on Instagram, and then we're going to show those stories live on the show, and they're going to be fun little videos, little skits that we're going to do for everybody, little skits, fun skits. So we need a word from you audience members, type in the comments. But while those are coming in, I want to plug some things about Pig that are happening. Ian Martin is teaching a level 1, a virtual level 1. So for those of you who are like, how am I going to get back into the real world? Because it's scary and I don't know how I'm going to socialize. Improv's going to help you. Take an improv class with Ian Martin. You're going to learn a lot of basic skills. Also, then, if you want to keep taking improv class later, when we can go back to in person, you could just keep going, because then you'll have taken level 1. Think of how great that would be. So that class is coming. There's also a sketch with Chris Iannucci, who is in Chicago. So there's a time difference, but the time is convenient for East Coasters. That it sucks for Chris probably, but it's not, it's great. It's great for Providence people taking this class. Okay. But so think about signing up
I
for that
see the
class.
word tinny in the chat.
Tinny?
Tinny.
As in
T-I-N-N-Y.
tin.
Yeah, thank you.
Like tin.
T-I-N-N-Y.
Driving of tin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Which, and guys, this is it's a little gross, but this reminds me of my dog's butt.
Go on.
Listen,
my dog at times has a bit of a tinny smell emanating from her butthole. It's like an anal gland, I think, but depending on like what she ate or like the mood she's in, like it will start to smell, and then like it's like a liquid, and so she'll like lick it off of her own butthole, like you do. I would if I could, but not her, off my own.
Not her butthole.
No, my butthole. I would, my own butthole. if I could,
Wait.
but-
So Paul, can I ask you a question real quick?
okay.
You had said like depending on your dog's mood. So can you use the power of your nose to tell your dog's mood by how the dog's butt smells?
A little bit. She's definitely, if she's like really anxious and nervous, I think there's a little bit more of a tinny smell emanating from the butt.
Like
but when she does lick it, her mouth like I don't know what this chemical is, but it makes her whole mouth vibrate. She's like, it like shakes. It shakes so quickly I cannot replicate it, but it's like she's trembling, but her whole lower jaw just like separates and it does something weird I've never seen
after
before.
after she licks it.
After she licks this tinny liquid from her butthole, yeah. Mhm.
So she doesn't like it then, I feel like.
I don't think she does, but she like has to do it. She like has to lick it.
Yeah, because that's not the kind of face you make when you like something, I think.
No, that's the kind of face you make when you're like, I think she's embarrassed. I think she's embarrassed a little bit, and she's like
Sure.
trying to lick
Yeah.
it up and cover for herself. But
Yeah, I mean that makes
it's obvious. We all smell it.
we all smell it. Is what
You don't
just
need a
said.
dog's nose to smell.
Yeah,
like
I mean
that
she's just
gland.
That's good. That
Good-
okay.
good,
So
good, good butthole story to kick us off, huh?
you know what though, but it made me so. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it because it's a story that I thought of. Okay, so that made me think of how. So I use these reusable menstrual pads. So like they fill up with blood and then you gotta like wash them, right? So I wash them often out in the shower. So like as I use them, I just like toss them in the bathtub and then like with one of the showers. And
So you just
like
have a
when
bloody
you
bathtub to be
yes,
clear.
when you stomp on them, but then suddenly like the whole bath, like the whole shower like smells like this like iron copper. Yeah. And then it's like it goes away, you know what I mean? As it like cleans, but it's an experience, and you would think that you're like, oh, that would be really gross, but it's actually really fun because
It's
it just
fun.
like sprays like this, like it's red
It's just
coming
like
out.
murder scene, murder scene,
Yeah.
murder scene, murder scene.
Yeah, well, it's normal. This is just it's just it's great
Just normal stuff. Stomping on menstrual pads,
in the shower.
shooting blood down the drain.
Murder Scene made me think of this one time that these teenagers tried to shoplift from my store. And the way that they tried to do that was they went into one of the fitting rooms and tried to take the sensor off, like in the fitting room, like off the jeans. And they did a bad job and like cut themselves like decently. So they got like blood all over the fitting rooms. And I heard Oh no. yeah, and I heard about this like over headset because I was running to grab like pick up a coffee for one of my managers who like placed an order, so I like went to get it. And over the headset, I just hear what happened in the fitting room. And like I had been in the fitting rooms before, but I had like switched with someone else, but I didn't like see the person switch this time. So all I know is I was in like the fitting room last and I was like cleaning everything and wiping everything down. And then all of a sudden I hear that I'm like, oh God, am I this blind that I didn't see like something happen? And they're like, oh no, this like other thing happened. And there was just like blood all over like the fitting room and it just looked like a murder scene, all because people were trying to like shoplift from like the store and like take the sensor off. And then like they were in the store first and like just were like looking at things and then they left and then they came back and tried to like steal things. And then they like ran out of the store after they like cut themselves. And they like talked to like mall security and were like, I like got cut on like the bench in the fitting room at this store. And it's like, like the benches in the fitting rooms are not sharp enough to like cut anything. And they were just like, they didn't want to get in trouble for trying to shoplift, but it's like, dude, you got this happened because you tried to like take the sensors off and cut yourself because you did a bad job. Not that I know how to like do a good job of shoplifting, but like
You weren't trying to. That's the important thing, right? You didn't aim high. The crime scene reminds me, well, the whole bodily fluid theme reminds me of years ago when I was an elementary school teacher, very briefly. And I can say this now, this particular student is a grown human being, but I had one student when I had gym duty, and I mean every word of what I'm saying. He was running across the gym, stopped suddenly, went like this, and a poop rolled out from his pant leg and just rolled down across the floor. And he looked down at it and he said, "What are you doing here?" And then just kept running. And I was like, I have never one day in my life been that shameless. And I wish I could muster like just a little bit of like, yeah, you came from my body, you naughty thing.
Naughty poop.
Good to see you.
What a surprise.
Oh my goodness. I really like that story.
Yeah. I liked that kid.
Yeah. What are you doing here? That's yeah,
I've never pooped my pants. I've never done it. I mean, when I was
I haven't pooped my pants today.
You never in your life pooped your pants?
I mean,
Paul?
I think probably when I was like 3 or 4 was probably the last time I pooped my
Oh
pants.
yeah, like when you're yeah, sure. but no older memories of.
I don't have any adulthood pants pooping.
I've only had like small amounts of poop in my pants, not a full serving, if you would.
Not a single turd, maybe that could just slip out of your pant leg.
That's right. Yeah, it's never slipped out of my pant leg, but it's yeah, it's I've peed myself way more times.
I pee myself every
Oh,
day.
that's easy.
Oh yeah, at least a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
same.
yeah. I don't know.
It's hard not to.
It's hard not to. Is incontinence just something that we all it's just what it is?
It's just
You know,
what
we're
it
getting
is.
we're getting up in those years, you know,
We're just all gonna
that age.
right.
We just be a little bit.
I was hoping
We-
greater than 26 was going to be up in that age, but alas, here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. Here
I mean,
we
not to
are.
brag, but I've been peeing myself for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's you can this format I think welcomes brags. You know what I mean? If you want to brag, you can brag
All right.
anytime.
I've
Yeah.
been peeing myself for over 20 years.
Wow, that's great. That's excellent.
Did you take a break where you weren't peeing yourself?
No,
Childhood?
no,
And-
20 continuous years
okay.
pissing my pants.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
Not
years
a lot.
stream.
Just a little bit of pissing my
just
pants.
a little bit. Just a little
That
bit.
implies like you had like some teenage years where you weren't pissing your pants. Right?
Oh, well, 20 years ago I was not a teenager.
But were you 5? I don't know.
No, all of my okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, there was in my life, there was like a donut's hole of not peeing myself. So in the early part of the parentheses, bags, follow along. So I peed myself a lot when I was a little kid, as kids do.
Yeah.
And then like a good 20 years of continence or more, and then peeing myself.
Incontinence.
Incontinence. Mild incontinence. Hashtag bragging.
I feel I feel like in History of the World Part 1 there was a character named like Maximus Incontinentus or something like that. And my parents always thought it was a super funny joke, and I really don't think I got it till just now.
Just now. That's my gift to you, Bags.
Thank you. Well, you gave me another gift today too. You got me a book. That's awesome.
That's
Book's
what
a
I'm
great
here
gift.
for. Give
Book's a great
gifting
gift.
Bagley.
On her birthday, she gave you a book.
True.
Mhm.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy Julie's birthday to me, as Ethan said.
So who has a
Birthday-
story about pooping themselves?
I
I do.
have one, but Jared can go.
Like mine
So-
are old.
This was, oh God, probably 2011, 2012, 2013 in San Diego, down in San Diego. And there was some festival or something going on, and Weezer was playing there. And I'd never seen Weezer. I got into this show for free. It's like, this place free. I was like, great, I'll go see Weezer for free. I heard they were really good in concert. And like, there's people, since it's free, there's people like getting in front of the stage early. So we go out there when the show is supposed to start. We're kind of far back at that point, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. And then all of a sudden, like, you just see people like getting pushed out of the way. There's some guy up there pushing people out of the way. And then there's another guy holding some girl. I'd say what they're young adults, you know, late teens, early 20s, and just holding her. And she just has a petrified, like, tears streaming down her face, look on her face. And as they walk past, because this is Southern California, we could see that she had shat upon herself.
Oh,
Probably got a little overconfident, waiting for the, getting there early for the show and everything. Plus, they were late. And like, so she had to, because of the way out, she had to look everybody in the face as she was going out in full on poopy pants. We didn't really and you don't realize, like, when somebody's walking at you, never in your mind are you thinking that they probably shit their pants. Never. So like, she had to know that everybody who turned around and looked as she walked away was getting this dawning realization that she had pooped herself. And then throughout the show, the Weezer concert, like I'd heard they were really good in concert. It was not. It was
No.
one of the worst concerts I've ever been to. Like,
Hey, it
I
ain't
didn't-
so.
yeah, I didn't realize how many Weezer songs were like the songs that when they come on the radio, it's like, that sounds kind of familiar, but I'm gonna search for another station right now. Like there were all those songs, like you're familiar with them, but don't really
Sounds like
like
you're
it
not
that
a
much.
Weezer fan.
Hmm?
You're not a Weezer fan. That's what
I
I'm getting from this.
I don't dislike them. I feel more ambivalent about them
Mm.
after. I didn't shit my pants. I mean,
From excitement.
right.
You know what my favorite part of that story is, Jared? Is it's a story of somebody pooping themselves and being humiliated, but it has this long epilogue about Weezer not being that good in concert.
I just felt weird just having a story about voyeuristically knowing somebody shit their pants.
Don't gild the lily. That story was enough.
Yeah.
You are enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I needed some non-poop content, which is unusual for me.
I think it's I think because I think we've exhausted all the poop stories right now. I think, or
We feel relieved
Wait.
from them.
do we have do we have like what I feel like I have one more I could probably tell if I need to, but I feel like it's about time to go to Instagram to check our first round of stories.
All right.
I have one more story quickly. It's just related to like concerts, and it relates to me seeing Smash Mouth in concert. Because they were doing a free outdoor concert when I was back home like years ago. And it was in an outdoor mall, and just the dichotomy of so many of these different groups where you had like families with children because like, oh, it's the band from Shrek, essentially. And then you have like all of these like late teens, early 20s dinguses, myself included, who are like wearing Shrek masks and are just like Shrek and are just like the biggest like meme lords that are like high on like everything and are like moshing at the Smash Mouth concert, where it's like they're playing like Why Can't We Be Friends and like Walking on the Sun, and you just see like all these people like bashing into each other, and then like over like to another side or like parents with their children being like, okay, Timmy, let's like go over here, like let's like back away. This is also an outdoor mall, which is just like there's so much happening. And it was just like the wildest experience of like concert things that I've gone to in like a while, or I had gone to in a while.
Who pooped themselves?
You Shrek'd yourself.
Yeah, who Shrek themselves?
So
You better Shrek yourself.
Yeah, and
So
on
you-
that line, it's
Yeah.
time to go to Instagram on that one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I need to get more in touch with my
Okay. Here we go. Oh wait, is there no sound? Hang on, I'm sorry, everybody.
there's no
There's
sound.
sound.
Can't hear.
The pictures are great though.
Really good pictures. Oh, is that a dog?
There's still no sound?
Still no sound.
Mm-mm.
This worked really good in our test run.
It did. It
I
worked super
know.
good in the test run.
Oh, I wonder if I see what I had to do. No, I didn't.
You could watch this loop
Oh,
forever
is it?
though.
That dog is real.
I finally hear the audio of this. It's gonna be amazing.
I know. I'm excited for it.
I think I may have done the thing where I didn't
wanna
post
share
the
this.
story.
And I just uploaded a new one, so you should totally refresh your feed.
Oh, I'm just gonna refresh the feed now. Listen, I'm gonna stop it and start again. That's what's
Okay.
gonna happen,
When in doubt,
everybody.
turn it off.
Just got to see a little backstage action. It's pretty
Yeah.
I need to, for the record though, it worked in rehearsal. I just need to impress that upon the audience that it worked both in rehearsal and
Yeah.
when we first joined this meeting at call. So
Yeah, I just went out to check to see if it was in fact like the computer audio thing, and it wasn't just like people accidentally uploading muted videos.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. I
Yeah, 'cause
appreciate
I was
that.
like, what if I just uploaded a muted video by accident? But alas.
There's a ton of videos.
Oh yeah. Is your volume up?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it's so much volume right now. Okay, well then we're going to change the plan for right now, and we're going to ask the audience for
Word.
another word, and we're
What?
going to do another round of stories, and then we're going to watch all the Instagram videos later,
Yeah,
and it's going to work
It's gonna be
perfectly
amazing.
later.
I like it.
Because the rule is that if it works twice, if it works before the show, and then what Paul just did this?
I'm just trying something out here. Bear with me.
No, Paul, I appreciate you very much.
We're gonna see what happens.
Mhm.
Oh, we're watching.
Um,
You gotta back it up though.
is this visible and heard? Can you hear it?
It's visible.
It's visible.
No sound though.
No sound. Yeah.
No sound. Okay. Hold on here. Wait
Has
for
everyone
it.
tried unplugging all their computers and plugging them back in again?
Wait for it. Let's use.
That's
Screw it. I'm giving up. Okay.
Yeah. It's just cursed, and we just need a word, and the words are already
Again.
They're coming
Coming
in.
they're coming in. The audience is here for us, even when technology isn't, the audience is here for
Yeah,
us.
Caroline wants to know if you've joined audio in your Zoom call.
I did. Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
But
A lot of good suggestions.
more calls for incontinence too, which is like I'm just actively, we're not doing that. We're not.
No more.
Now we're
Yeah.
done
Technical incontinence.
with the incontinence. I have a quick story about a garbage disposal. So upon having garbage disposals, Bagley and I both discovered a lot of things you're not supposed to put in there. By sometimes making the garbage disposal not work as well as it was before, and then having to remedy that situation in various ways of doing that. So, but one time we learned that pistachio shells cannot go in the garbage disposal. And I learned this lesson in front of Luke. And since then, anytime we have pistachios, he's like, don't put those in the garbage disposal. Like, and I was like, I learned my lesson, but thank you. I know that now. I didn't know it then, but now I know it. Because I was like, and I remember like when I learned the lesson in front of him, I was like, this is a good thing to share, to be like, hey, grown-ups make mistakes. And sometimes grown-ups have to Google search why their garbage disposal doesn't work and find out some embarrassing truths about their pistachio shell habits. And and then he's just been ever since then. And I know he's like coming from a genuine place of wanting to help me, but every time I'm like, thank you. I know. And he's like, remember, and no eggshells either, because like the article is also like other things that I was like, no, eggshells are fine. He's like, no eggshells. Like, and I was like,
Yeah, the unpopped popcorn kernels, the bane of everyone's teeth everywhere, also are a bane of a garbage disposal.
Beet greens. Beet greens will kill a garbage disposal.
really?
Of all things, because they're very fibrous. I
Very
ruined a
fibrous.
friend's garbage disposal.
Hmm.
No kidding.
Yeah.
This is all good to know before I move into an apartment that has a garbage disposal. This way I know what not to put in the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't break my new apartment. That's very nice. And I'm paying more money in rent for.
Yeah, I once watched this. It was some Marvel movie that Iron Man was in. I know I also said Lion Man, but Iron Man was in. And he was like, like, what is something like, what are you, animals? You put coffee grounds in the garbage disposal? And I was like, wait, you're not supposed to put
That
coffee
seems
grounds in the garbage
okay.
disposal? I know, but Iron Man said it, and I was like, like, I don't know, because if
If
I don't
Tony
know.
Stark says,
Iron
It
Man.
was, well, it was Tony. Yeah, it was Tony
Okay.
Stark, but yeah, he didn't have the costume on, but he was still Iron Man. He was like, and I was like, oh, is this true? Like, but then I was like thinking about, it, I was like, no, it's not Tony Stark necessarily or Iron Man. It's the writer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what real Iron Man would say about coffee grounds in the garbage disposal, but I was like, I've been thinking about it ever since. And then I still put the
I don't think it's canon. I don't think it's garbage disposal canon, and I don't think it's Iron Man canon.
So I think they should rename the garbage disposal because it is not for garbage.
No, it's not. It's a food disposal.
Like,
Really?
only some foods.
Only some foods, yeah.
It should come with like a list you can put on the like a magnet you put on the back that says like these foods only.
Yeah, sort of like when you first get like when you adopt a new pet, or you get like they're like,
Yeah.
this is what you could feed this pet, but instead it's like this is what you could feed your sink pal.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Garbage disposal should be sink pals.
When you adopt a pet, you get like a little magnet that you should. We did that says like these things are poisonous. You know.
I mean,
You
like
get garbage.
disposing of garbage is per se like a chore, but feeding your sink pal is a pleasure. And your sink pal loves to eat all your leftover food rinds, not your garbage,
Wow.
right?
I think the brand name that a lot of people have is called Incinerator.
Ooh.
Have you seen that
Does it dance?
around? Is it a dance?
Like, does it dance in sync?
Yeah, that evokes
my
like a 90s band in a cold setting.
I'm into it.
And it just wants you back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It just
And it says bye, bye, bye to your food.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of friends eating garbage, one of my friends who I lived with when I interned in DC, who was one of my roommates, who I have fun stories about. There was one time we had gotten like Cheesecake Factory delivered, and I like was like eating my cheesecake and was like halfway like through it, and I like was full because it's Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, and I put it in I closed the container and like put it in our garbage can, and my roommate was like, no, it's still good, I'll eat it. And she went and she picked up like the cheesecake out of the garbage and just like finished off the cheesecake. Like it hadn't touched the other garbage. But like I'd still put it in the garbage can. Like it had become garbage. And then my roommate friend was like, yeah, reverse, and then like ate it. But this is also the same roommate who I like came home once and she was doing whippets on the couch. So like not the worst choice she had made in like the span of that summer living together.
Wait, Miranda, did I hear you right? Did you say you put it into the trash so it had become garbage? Like it just like as soon as it goes in the trash, it transforms into garbage?
Like it's more of like the intention was now, I am not eating this. It's done and it's now like in the trash. It's garbage. But like
there's like a 5-second rule for garbage.
I mean, like, I don't know. I haven't eaten food out of the trash, so like I haven't had like my own. I just assume that like when I put things in the garbage, it becomes garbage. I've never had the thought of, wait a minute, just kidding, and then taking it back out of the garbage and like continued eating it. That's what the fridge is for, and then I forget about it for like a week and a half, and I'm like, now it's garbage.
So this is just related to garbage and things going in the trash and being instantly trash. I lived in Minnesota for 5 years, and it gets just super cold there in the winters. It's 40 below on the regular, and there's a pretty substantial trash picking culture in general in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. But the amazing thing is that the food trash picking is premium because everything just freezes. So like I lived a quarter of a mile from a pizza place, and at the end of the day, there were unused pizzas that they would just put in the dumpster, and they become instant frozen pizzas, right? Like they are just frozen pizzas. You take them home, pizza.
Were you a freegan? Were you freegan, Julie?
Yeah. I would say I was a pretty hardcore freegan.
That's really cool.
What?
This was in my period of continence too. Just calling back to that.
Just yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I can hold my piss and shit, and I know how to dumpster dive.
And I know how to dumpster dive.
Yeah, I respect that. I want to try going to Instagram.
Let's do it.
Because I think we can. And just real quick story about Bagley and I once on a date. We were walking by Need Donuts, and we were like, do you want to go in the dumpster and eat the donuts that are inside there? But I don't remember why we stopped. There was like someone there throwing out trash. We were like halfway down the alley, and then so
Oh,
someone
you got embarrassed. You got embarrassed.
Yeah, we got embarrassed.
Yeah. We got embarrassed.
Afraid to eat out of the trash.
No,
With
no.
witnesses.
We didn't want to be
Witnesses,
witness
with
eating.
witnesses.
out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share this content, and it's going to work perfectly this time. Everybody ready?
Perfectly.
Oh, did you fix it?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Who's ready for perfection?
Oh man,
I
my
am.
Over
standards
here.
are high too.
I'm not ready. Don't do it.
Paul.
Our
No,
broadcast.
Paul.
No,
Whenever you're
want,
ready.
I want some
Perfection.
small mistake here. Please.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. We're gonna go back, all the way back. Oh wait, I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna refresh it even more.
Mhm.
Nice.
Fresh.
Oh, and then I have to go all the way back again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
It's always the back part.
No,
There it is.
no.
There's
I know where
volume.
that.
Oh wait. Reminds me of my dog.
That's volume. Man.
No, no, no. I know where that's been. No, get it off me.
Rex? Yeah? Have you been licking your butt? No.
Whoa, there's liquid coming out of my dog's butthole. The first thing I should definitely do is smell it. There's one word to describe the smell of the liquid coming out of my dog's butthole. I go with tinny.
Hey, Scoob. Hey. What are you doing? Licking my own butt.
Honey, can you give me some more menstrual pads? I ran out and I'm having so much fun.
This really happened in our house. What happened in the fitting room?
Well, I can see I'm not wanted.
Something just happened in the fitting room. Please don't be feces. Please don't be feces. There is blood everywhere. Still better than feces.
All right. It's your captain speaking, and if you look out the windows to the right, you see a giant turd. What are you doing here?
Hey, Jim Duty. Nice to meet ya.
Yep, that was certainly a full serving shit.
Hey, welcome to Dunkin Donuts. This month's Dunkin Munchkin flavor is it's piss flavored. Hope you enjoy.
If you want to destroy my undies, oh, whoa, whoa, poop in them while I watch the band,
Yeah, in my life, there's been a few donut holes of chronic masturbation. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few donut holes of stinky farts in my life. Yeah, I've been through a donut hole in my life of intense diarrhea.
Hurricane system's going to have a donut hole in the middle of no weather and then go back to hurricane.
Ooh-wee, My pooped pants are really smelly. Oh, and my dirty trousers soiled. I don't care what they say about us anyway. I pooped my pants, yeah. Say it ain't so. Oh, oh. My pants are a poop full up. Yo, dude, you want to go to the Blink 182 concert with me? I mean, I kind of know who they are. Sure. This concert is awesome. Eh.
I need to get more in touch with my feelings. I'm nostalgic.
Don't you dare invite that Julie over. You remember what she did to my garbage disposal.
Oh, God. I did it again. Put my hand in the garbage disposal. I know you're not supposed to do that. And I know it's not for hands, but I did it, and it is clogged. It is really...
Coming soon to theaters, Lion Man. If I were king of the forest.
Of course, literally every family home I've been to has gotten pistachios, eggshells, those, the popcorn kernels that hurt your freaking teeth. Everybody's putting that in the sink, and the garbage disposal is getting destroyed.
Incinerator. The food waste disposer.
How was I supposed to know what you're not supposed to put down a garbage disposal?
Hey, welcome to Big Tony's Instant Frozen Pizzas. All you do is you put the pizza into the dumpster, and then it's an instant frozen pizza. Hey!
Mine was supposed to be a series, and I only uploaded the first.
I have one that just finished uploading.
Yeah, I have.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a few too. Yeah.
We'll get them on the next round. Let's do one more round of stories. So, audience, we need another word from you in the comments, and then we're gonna do our last round of storytelling, as we all like subtly pull up the comment section on our phones right now.
I'm ready.
You're ready? You have a story?
No, I'm ready to see these comments. I want.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, so you know what? While you're ready to see the comments, let me plug some more stuff. So, Pig also has more streaming content to be had. We're still doing streaming shows as we're waiting for the world to slowly open back up. So we have level 1 sketch streaming shows, including also we're friends with other shows too, including Jared and Ian's Hump Day Extravaganza. Yeah. But yeah, join us on the virtual stages where you can see all sorts of fun stuff. Like Sitting Ducks, live radio call-in hour, super fun show that you can actually call into. There's also Would I Lie to You, which is also another fun show featuring us telling real stories and lies, and you get to play along at home. Plus all the comment sections are super fun to join into too.
You know, that reminds me of the story that I didn't get to tell on Would I Lie to You. I could just tell that story.
Sure.
Okay. So, so when I was in high school, I was part of this group. They were called the Natural Helpers. I don't know if anybody else had this in their high school, but they did like a survey in the school, and they were like, if you were going to tell somebody about your problems that wasn't a grown-up, who would those people be? And then they took like the 30 people that were most listed, and they took us to what's the URI has like a camp, Alton Jones. They took us to Alton Jones, and we attended like a weekend like Martin Luther Kingian nonviolence seminar, and like we all like, we like shared rooms and stuff. It was like as debaucherous as a high school thing could be. I think a couple like makeouts happened, but and one of the people who's teaching it is a professor from URI who had marched with Martin Luther King. It was like pretty legitimate. It ends, and I don't remember how this gig got lined up for me, but I'm going to the Middletown Town Council, which is my hometown, to do a presentation on Kingian nonviolence, and so I give this presentation, and I'm nervous about it and whatever. And at the end, one of the ladies was like, "You speak very well. You're like a great orator. Like Hitler, like one of those people that could just speak really well live."
Yeah. Well, you're a total Hitler, man.
No, but like situational awareness wise, like what the fuck was that town councilor thinking?
This is our presentation on Kingian nonviolence. You know what that makes me think of?
Right. I mean, I just gave a presentation on a speaker who's known for persuasive speaking. And how do you jump all the way? I don't know. But anyway, I was really hoping to tell that story on Wilty because I was pretty sure it was going to make a bunch of people's heads explode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that movie Scanners. But in Scanners, people's heads actually explode. And if you watch it now, it's really kind of funny looking.
Yeah. Special effects have come a long way.
They really have. They really have.
Yeah.
There's some movies that still hold up despite special effects aging really badly, like John Carpenter's, what is it, The Thing, the one with Kurt Russell.
Yeah, with like the
yeah,
and then Alien with a chest puncher thing.
Yeah,
chest burster. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I like the Alien movies.
I've rewatched a lot of movies this year, home a lot more. So watched a lot. And like you talk about how the special effects don't always hold up. Like I remember when The Matrix came out, that was so huge. And I thought the special effects were great. And then you rewatch it and it's just not there anymore. But another movie that I rewatched that the special effects didn't or really didn't hold up was The Crow. And I hadn't watched The Crow since I was probably 18 or 19 years old. And to get an idea of where it came out in 94, I was 17 years old that summer. And anybody from that time will tell you that for teenagers, that was a really big event. And you go and you watch that movie as a teenager, and it's just like, it's so good. It's all the action. It's great love story. It's everything. And I wish I had never rewatched it because that movie is so fucking dumb that it just like boggles the mind. Like the big crime. I don't want to spoil The Crow for anybody. So, stop listening if you don't want to. But the whole premise, it was like a purge type thing or whatever they call it in Detroit, where for one night a year, there's tons of crime that's going on.
They call it Devil's Night in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Devil's Night in the movie, yeah. And the villain is my favorite villain in any movie. But his reason for wanting a more destructive and violent Devil's Night than ever was because it would be more fun. Like they didn't, and as a teenager, I dug it. I was like, yeah, be out there having fun, being more destructive. And like through adult eyes, it's like that's a lot of trouble to go through for fun. Like you could go to Six Flags or something for way less effort and probably have the same amount of fun. And the love lines, the whole premise of the movie, it's really you could call it a love movie or a romance movie that has a lot of action. No, that doesn't sound right. That sounds like something entirely different. But it was like like a romance movie and an action movie. But the romance only works if you're an idiot teenager who's like never been in a real relationship before. Like the whole premise. I guess you need that plot of that, a love so strong that it brings them back to life and everything. But just watching the way it manifested itself, just ruined it.
I missed the beginning of this, but it sounds. Is
Well,
this a movie you're describing?
The
or
Crow.
did
The
this happen?
Crow, and just the way it looks different from when I watched it first. It is a movie made for a teenager. To watching it now as an adult, and I'm saying to myself,
I think it's not just teenager though. It's also like time is not kind on comedies because our culture shifts so drastically and so quickly. So anything that you watch, even from like 5 years ago, it's like starts to be like, ugh, sometimes, you know. I think it gets really cringy as stuff that we grew up with is like really cringy now when you go back and watch it.
So
yeah.
I was gonna say my all-time favorite comedy, if anybody had ever asked me, I'd always say Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie. I had to watch it 3 times to hear all the jokes because I'd be laughing so hard at other ones. Hilarious. Well, my own children, my own daughters are definitely old enough to watch it. And it wasn't last summer, but the summer before, my youngest daughter was on. She was like 15 at that time, 14 or 15. And I was like, Amazon Prime, I rented it. I'm like, Hannah, this is the all-time funniest movie. You're going to love it. And for number one, I wish I hadn't said it because I put a lot of pressure on myself. You know, it's one of those, I'm like, ha, 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 and looking over at her at the jokes. We all have kind of gone through that. But the other thing was, I should have screened it first before selling her on it, because you don't realize how many jokes only work in that specific period of time. You know, a John Sununu joke wouldn't sell today, but in the 90s, it was solid gold.
Yeah.
So very topical.
Yeah, it was a terrible time then. It's a terrible time. Yeah, it's just really stuff does not hold up. Yeah, we've been doing that with like kids movies. We had Disney Plus, and those old Disney movies. Yeah, and you just didn't even know. You just didn't see it as kids at that time period. The time period was just like everyone's like, this is on sitcoms. This is totally fine to say and do stuff like that. Anything you go back and watch. I used to love the show Frasier, and like when I early was teaching improv, I used to be like, Frasier's a great show to like watch for character stuff because like all the characters are like really distinct, so you can like kind of like observe them that way. But then when I started going back and actually watching it, I was like, oh God, I don't want to be like supporting this by accident. I had to I've had to rethink all like I used to like love Anchorman. We watched Anchorman again and it was like did not hold up. That was my I wore the DVD down to scratches at certain scenes because I would like rewatch scenes over and over again. And then when we watched it again, I was like, oh no, it's no good anymore.
I know you can just quote lines from Anchorman all day. It's just very quotable.
Very quotable. Very, very quotable.
Well,
and
now it's got me thinking of things I don't want to watch that I know I loved because I don't want to lose the memory of how great it was. Like Chappelle's Show. That was only, I think, 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Every show has sketches that I could probably, just talk right along with. I'm worried that I haven't watched it in a long time. And then if I watch it again, it won't hold up or I won't think it's as funny. And I don't want to lose that because that tarnished the memory of The Crow for me.
I saw when we first asked for suggestions, we had a suggestion of Wi-Fi. So I've been noodling on what I wanted to talk about with Wi-Fi. And I just wanted to mention what my password was in college for our Wi-Fi.
Please do.
It was Sex Gods. And then the initials of every single person that lived in the house. But that was the password, and no one was ever going to see that. So why did we make the password that? Like
your initials are PR. Where's that fit into Sex Gods?
It doesn't.
No, like Sex Gods at the end, and then all the initials.
It's appended at the end. Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't just full out go like Sex God 69-420. I'm surprised.
Now, so can we have some honest feedback now? How close were you to being sex gods at the time?
Oh God, I have to be honest here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not a sex god at all, and then 10 being sex god. I
would say one of our roommates was a sex god. It was not me.
Really?
Yeah, probably it was probably like an 8 or a 9 on the sex god scale. Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're
pretty sexy, pretty godlike, you know what I mean?
If you're a sex god at 10, what's like an 8 or 9 though? Is that like a sex like
it's like
Hercules?
A
sex half god?
Yeah, sex
Demigod, yeah.
Sex nymph?
Sex demigod?
Mhm. One of these, yeah. A titan maybe.
Sex titan.
Yeah.
A 10 on the sex
A
titan.
bad dragon. Sorry. Anyway.
But I'm just thinking, like, why didn't we name the router that if we were so proud of being like sex gods? Like, this is the thing that we can't tell anyone. Whatever.
Jared talking about the crow when he was a teenager. I was younger, but my friends and I were really impressed at one scene in the movie. At the end, like the camera pans away and there's just like a burning crow on the street, and we were like, "Let's do that." So we like raided my friend's basement.
Got a crow.
We grabbed like motor oil for some reason, toilet paper, batteries, gasoline, and we like made a legit crow in the middle of his street and lit it on fire, and it really like badly stained the road, and we didn't get in trouble for that. But what we did get in trouble for was one day we burned a soccer ball. So my friend lived on a street where his house was it was like a circle. It was on a circle, and in the middle of the circle was a big grass island, and the outside of the circle is ringed with houses. The inside of the circle is just a grass island. So we think that anything that says "do not expose to flame" is flammable, and we don't really understand, acid and chemicals and pressure and things like that. So we're bored. We grab everything we can. We burn the soccer ball. It like melts and half collapses. It's really fun. We go back inside. Apparently the police were called. So a cop comes knocking on like the glass basement doors. And so we are like, we answer the door. And the cop is like, I got a report that some kids were burning a soccer ball over here. And we were like, oh, okay. Did you? And then he was like, and it's like, have I had problems with you before? And I'm a big musicals fan. There's a Guys and Dolls. So I go, no convictions. I was like 12, but the cop didn't think it was funny. And everyone's parents got called after that. And for all the dumb things we'd done with fire, including burning a crow into the street, we ended up getting in trouble for a soccer ball in a very controlled, like, grass setting. Yeah.
The old controlled grass setting.
Yeah, the old controlled grass.
I mean, like, when you think about responsible fires, you think of controlled grass settings.
Yeah.
First,
I've said a lot of responsible fires.
First improv show I go to when they ask for a location, I'm just gonna say controlled grass setting.
Don't forget.
I once was like trying to be cool as a teen too before, and rolled up a post-it note to like look like a cigarette, and I lit the end and I was like, pretending to smoke it. But then because the glue like caught fire, it gave me a wicked headache. Like I was like smoking this glue, and like I had the worst headache for like 2 days. I had a headache. It was the worst.
The old epoxy hangover.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're ready to go to our last round of Instagram. So if everyone could refresh their feeds on your phones, everyone refresh them. And I feel like we just need one sort of refreshing story. Oh, I know one. The refreshing of Topo Chico.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, my
Shout
first
out
one
Topo
today.
That's refreshing.
What flavor do you have, bowl bag?
Twisted
Twisted
lime.
Ooh.
You guys look so
Right,
refreshed.
Topo Chico yet.
Today I had a grapefruit
That's
one, and
yellow.
it was
lovely.
delicious. I didn't know.
I like the grapefruit.
What's Topo Chico's like base flavor? Like what is like it's
mineral water.
Chico.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Base flavor is water.
It's Chico.
Barbecued
Flavor.
chicken.
Got it.
Base flavor is nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like I know it's like a sparkling water. I didn't know if it was like flavored like from the get go, if it was just like mineral water or something.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to make sure that hopefully Paul is uploading his stream. But you know what? We'll just dive back in if we need to. So
All right.
let's
Sounds like a plan.
yeah, I've got volume up. This is gonna work perfectly
It's
this
gonna work
time.
perfectly.
Again, two for three
Two
of
for three,
perfect occurrences.
Can I just throw something out there while you're doing that?
Yeah, please.
You go all the way back to that same Afro one that was on the last set. It
Yeah.
was like second to last one. There was 2 other videos that were supposed to go with that. And
I'll go back
upload
to it
was
for
slow,
sure.
and I don't want it to artistically fall apart on everybody in the audience. I can't believe this timeline.
Yeah.
If you see me in a mustache, go back one, and then that's where
Go
you
back one. Gotcha. Thank you. All right, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
start.
give
Everyone
directions that
hit your refresh one last time. Refresh those feeds. I'm gonna start this broadcast, and I'm so excited to see these. Thanks again, everybody, for coming to our show and being in the
Yeah.
comments section.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, y'all.
Okay, I gotta go back to a lot more. Why does it always start so far back?
Ours just
Oh my goodness, look at how many things.
How many refreshes?
All right, here we
There we
go.
go.
Oh,
You gotta go.
no volume.
Look at that
I like
emoji.
that
this
still.
Fucking Oscar worthy right there.
This is really good right now.
Wow.
Okay. Listen, we all know what's going to happen here. We're going to quit the Zoom meeting and start it again.
Yeah.
You
I knew
know?
that was gonna happen
That
here.
seems right.
And okay, yeah. And you know what, we're going to do it. We're going to try it again, everybody.
You want
And
me-
this time it's going to work. So this is a half and half.
Mhm.
2 perfect, 2 not working ones.
Too legit to quit.
Remember,
Hey, hey.
Afro right after or right before the mustache.
That's right before the mustache.
Yep.
We're
Every
gonna try
time
it
I give
again.
directions, I'm gonna reference Miranda with the mustache.
If you
Any
see them
direction-
with a mustache, turn left
Yep.
at the Henderson
Yep.
Bridge.
Take a left, the mustache.
Take a right when you see Jared with an afro.
Being broadcast.
Mhm.
Oh, this looks good.
It was my favorite Nickelback CD.
We want to go. Oh, never mind.
Hey, welcome to Big Tony's Instant Frozen Pizzas. All you do is you put the pizza into the dumpster, and then it's an instant frozen pizza. Hey!
Yep. Garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
Garbage disposal. Isn't he the garbage? No disposal. Discuss.
You're like a Mussolini.
Look, I know why I'm one of the top 30 non-parent, not teachers that kids talk to here. I just sell them weed.
Like a Joseph Stalin. Or like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That kinging and non-violence always gets me going, huh? How about you? Mm-hmm. It was so good. You're like Hitler or something.
Well, we could, murder a bunch of people or go to Six Flags. What do you choose?
Yeah, Devil's Night. Gonna do crimes. Yeah, Devil's Night. I'm gonna steal a car. Devil's Night. I'm going to Six Flags.
A side viewing of that famous Matrix scene where Keanu dodges those bullets. Take one.
I'm going to wreak havoc on this town tonight.
Gonna wreak havoc on this town tonight.
Dear Video Diary, today my dad made me watch his favorite funny movie. Here's my impression of me watching it.
You know who you remind me of? That Stephen Miller. You remind me a lot of that Pol Pot. You have the oratory style of a young plague of locusts.
I'm thirsty.
Okay.
Hey girl, you ever heard of a sex lieutenant? That's right. Pretty high up. Yeah.
Okay, maybe sex god sold a little high, but you know, maybe more like a sex demigod or a sex emperor.
Hey girl, you ever hear of a sex cupid?
I don't know, maybe a sex devil, a sex orc, sex troll, maybe.
I'm actually a sex devil.
Watch that movie you told me to watch. It did not hold up.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Didn't make it. Oh, God.
You had another one that didn't make it, Jared? Jared, do you just want to screen share from your phone right now?
Just says uploading.
Oh.
You gotta fix your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, fix the Wi-Fi.
I pulled it
Yeah,
off the
try
Wi-Fi.
unplugging your router.
Try change the name to Sex Gods.
Yep.
Yeah, change the password to sex god. See if that works.
Yeah.
So you know what, Jared? You have until I'm done plugging the show, and then you can screen share. Otherwise, it's gonna be gone, Jared.
The
Refresh,
little
man.
circle is almost. It made it.
Did it?
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it?
All right. Listen, we have another show. One of these shows in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And we would love for you to watch us again then. It's going to be at 9 o'clock. This is our new time, everybody. So get ready for that.
Fuck, I feel like insisting on going back to this. I set expectations too high for what a shitty little video it's about to
Yeah, Jared, this better be really good.
be.
That'd be your best work.
Where is it, Jared? How
I want any inconsistencies.
No.
Let's watch them all again.
Yeah.
It's you with the wig on?
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be at the very end.
Oh, is it
Because you
at the
just
very end?
re-uploaded,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, it's a great show. Look at
It's a
everybody.
good show. Look at all these videos we did.
Oh, wait. Look, it went back and forth.
Oh, yep.
The Incinerator.
Incinerated. The food waste disposer.
Isn't this the...
No.
How was I supposed to know what you're not supposed to put down a garbage disposal? It was my favorite Nickelback CD.
It was way
Jared, was
back.
that it?
Hey,
No.
No, at the very end. You go to the very end.
Very end.
welcome to Big
I thought we never got that Nickelback.
Well, that was the one, yeah, from Life's Like That.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This really better be worth it.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
Jared, this big setup, and now it's gonna cap the show. So I hope it's.
and like nobody's gonna remember the callback that it's to now because it's so.
You don't
It's the worst
know.
thing of the show. It's
I'm actually a sex.
Our sex I don't know. Maybe I bit off more than I could chew with the whole sex god thing.
It would have been so much
That
funnier.
movie you told me to watch.
Is that it?
It
Hot
did
Yay!
not.
Is that it, Jared?
Yeah, it would have been funnier like if it was where somehow we were on the same theme with offsetting videos. That was part of that whole series there. Ah, shit.
It.
Now it looks so bad now.
All right, y'all.
I
That was
Hit myself.
Thanks, Jared. Listen, we're
Plugs.
so we're back in 2 weeks without Jared. We're gonna all new show, a brand new cast. You know what I mean? Brand new. Everyone's back with Jared. Listen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for bearing with our technical issues. We love you, audience, for your patience and your just inner beauty. Honestly, is what it is, audience. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and see you in the comment section. Good night, everybody.
Bye.